Hello, Taishma. Thank you so much for joining me on your small business podcast. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well on this beautiful Saturday morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. So, Taishma, of course, I love to start with my icebreaker question. I think I have more fun with this than anybody. But the question is, what is your favorite genre of movies?
Ooh, huh. My life is pretty serious on a daily basis, so I love to laugh. So I'm gonna say comedy. I love to just like kick back and laugh over something silly, drink some wine. I've watched Girls Trip too many times to count.
Really? I've only seen it once. Is it on HBO?
I think I bought the DVD.
Oh, you did. Oh, so you can watch it anytime.
I had to support our black actors, so I go out and buy those DVDs when they come out.
That's a good idea.
Straight out of Compton and all of the newer movies. I realize
Mhm.
they still make money off DVDs. So anytime I see a DVD and a black movie in the Walmart, I'm picking it up.
That is a good idea. That's awesome that you do that. That is. And now you make me want to watch Girls Trip when we get done. Because I went to the movies to see it and I haven't seen it since then.
Yes, you'll fall in love if you're at home sitting on the couch drinking some wine. Oh, you're gonna fall in love all over again.
It's like a date with myself. I'm going to do that.
Yes.
It is. It is. So you're the owner of Virtual Goals Assistant Agency. And let's tell me if I'm saying this right. It's in Kansas. I can never say Wichita. How do you say that?
Look, I wasn't able to say until I moved here. So I'm
Wichita.
I'm located in Wichita, Kansas, but we have VAs across the board from New York to Houston to Puerto Rico to Washington D.C. So we have VAs, across the board.
That is excellent. So why did you decide to open up this kind of agency, a virtual assistant agency?
So that question can get so many different answers from me. It depends on how personal you want to get. It took a lot of different factors, but it all boils down to one thing. I volunteered my time so much. Volunteer my time. I love helping people. I love putting events together. I love planning. I love organizing. And so I just kept seeing memes that said, turn your passion into your purpose or turn your
Mhm.
hobby into your living. And I just, every year for like 3 years straight, I beat up myself because I didn't know, I felt like I didn't have a hobby. I was like, what is my hobby? What do I do in my spare time? I just help people. And one day I came across a virtual assistant and I was like, whoa, this exists. I can create a job this way.
Hmm.
And that is how just the idea of being a VA came to me. Um, so that is kind of where it started. Um, and then on top of that, so I'm very passionate about Black owned businesses. And so um I'm fascinated with the term of rebuild Black Wall Street. I don't have the funds, but what I can do is help train a support staff for every business that will be on Black Wall Street. I can help in that way. So
That's
I
awesome.
love to basically just support Black owned businesses as far as expanding them or growing them. And I feel like you kind of need support staff or an assistant or a right hand man to do that.
Yes, you do.
So that's really why we enjoy doing what we do, is because we're helping Black owned businesses go to the next level, taking it up a notch. You know, all these corporations, they have a support staff. So it's kind of impossible to grow your business to its full potential alone.
It really is. What your business is a very much needed business because once you get to a certain level, as, which we all want to grow, but once you get to a certain level, you need extra support, and that's when you come in. So it's
Absolutely.
much needed. So
Absolutely.
what are the signs for a business? What are the signs that they need a virtual assistant?
So I would say some simple signs for me. When being an entrepreneur keeps you up all night, you need an assistant. When being an entrepreneur is keeping you away from a soccer game or a ballerina experience with your daughter, you need an assistant. When you're feeling burnt out, when you're feeling tired, you need an assistant. When there's any, when you're able to identify where your weaknesses are, you need an assistant. Mm-hmm. Because you just can't do it all alone. So if creating graphics for your social media is keeping you up to 2 a.m, you need an assistant. Because there are people who are experts in doing that. If it's taking you an hour to create a caption for one post, you need an assistant.
Definitely.
You need an assistant, you know what I'm saying? So it's just about freeing up your time, because that hour that you spend trying to figure out that caption, you could have been spending with a potential new client, or strategizing new goals or new expectations for your business.
Yes, definitely. Because I think it's a good thing. Like I said, I think it's a good thing when you need an assistant. That means your business is growing. It's great. You are on, you are fulfilling your purpose. So when you actually need an assistant, that's a good sign that you are doing very well.
Right. I think that some business owners, one thing that I did notice about my business, when I started trying to run my business as a CEO, which meant I spent more time getting the contracts and doing the actual work, that's when my business went to the next level. Mm-hmm. When I decided I'm no longer taking any clients, and all I'm doing is getting more clients for the dream team, and I'm focusing on marketing for them, building strategies for them, that's when my business was able to grow to the next level. So while all businesses start small, at some point, you're going to have to sit back and analyze and think, okay, I have created enough structure for my business. It's time for me to bring somebody else in so that we can generate more money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's a very good strategy. I think a lot of some people don't do that. They work their business as the CEO, and they stay the CEO, and they don't let it go. And sometimes you have to let it go.
Yes,
and train
and
other people. Yes, and it's okay to let it go, because eventually it seems like to me that the goal would be you want a business where it'll actually kind of run itself without you.
Yes, absolutely. That's my goal.
Yes.
And also I want my business to be able to sustain without me. So say for instance, I break a leg, the dream team, one thing I'm very confident about them is they can continue on without me. Mm-hmm. They do it while I'm on vacation. They continue on without me. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Yes.
So that is very important if you're wanting to grow your business to the next level.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So let's get a little rundown of your services, because you provide a lot of services. Of course, I done my research on your website, and I was like, "Ooh, they do that, and they do that too. Oh, I need to sign up for this myself." So one thing is, you talked about the content creation. You actually provide that service as a VA, as providing content for people. What are the different projects you provide for content creation?
Yeah, so as far as content creation, so we do have a ghostwriter. And so Denisha is awesome. She's written a lot of ebooks. She also started on a novel. So she writes content. And the reason I started ebooks is because I realized that that's one way a business owner could generate money, to where they don't have to work hard for it. But I understand that our culture, they may not even think that they have they think that, oh, I need an author, or I need this, or I need that. And I'm like, no, literally just call us, tell us what it is that you're wanting to ghostwrite about, and we can work with you on a strategy and figure out how to get this on an ebook so you can make more money while you're sleeping. Yes. So I'm always thinking about helping Black business owners just make more money. So Denisha does content writing. And so we do newsletters. I send out a monthly newsletter, and I see that I love hearing from our clients that they forward that newsletter on to other business owners that eventually end up reaching out back to me. So that's one marketing strategy that we have, and we can help I call our current clients goal achievers. So we send out newsletters for them. Like I said, creating captions, graphics, blogging.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We do awesome. A lot of different things when it comes to content creation.
That's great because you have a lot of people that want to do that. They want to write the ebooks, they want to write the blogs, but then they just say they don't know how to write, or
Yeah.
ideas just don't flow for them.
So
As
I
far
love
as,
that oh, I'm so sorry.
oh
I'm
no,
talking
no,
over
you're
you. I'm so
fine.
sorry.
No, no,
I
go
love that
ahead.
our ghostwriter, she takes the time to organize the book, make it make sense. She's very honest when she gives feedback. She's like, I think that should be a different book. Because some people are so excited and they just have so many ideas. So she'll say, I think that should be like part 2 or
Yeah.
part 3. But I just love that she's able to organize the book. And then we have a proofreader
Mm.
as well. So she does, and the reason I do that is because I want her, when she's writing for you, to have fun with it. And then let's send it over to a proofreader after that, to get it all tightened up and things like that. But I really want her to just go for it, not think, oh, did I put a comma here? Did I not? I just want her to get it all on paper. And then we're going to send it to another expert and allow them to do what they do as far
That's
as
awesome.
proofreading.
That is awesome. Okay, so you got a whole, like, well, you got a whole system, probably plenty of
Yes, I
systems.
love systems.
Yes, they work. You just make a system and you follow it and it's gold.
Yes.
Yes. You also provide market research for businesses. Give us a brief overview of how you do market research.
Okay. So one thing that I always say is hire an expert. Okay. Megan is our expert. So before this podcast or this call, I called her and I said, hey, Megan, how do you do that market research? So she said, do you want to three-way me in and I can help explain it? So she gave me a lot of good feedback. So basically, from what I remember from that conversation, our market research kind of looks like, we would get information on your industry. So say, for instance, you're a hairstylist and you want some market research done. What we'll do is tap in with your competitors, see what they are doing, what hashtags they are using, how they're marketing their business, what new trends are they following? Is there a new hairstyle that's out? I think recently was the micro links that one of our we have a hairstylist and she wanted more information about the micro links. And so we was able to find her a training in Atlanta to help her get the education that she needed on those micro links.
Wow.
And so she talked to me a little bit about SWOT analysis, where they're going to take the time to look at your strengths and your weaknesses within your business, and compare it to your competitors. We do a little bit of coding, and they will go the extra mile as in looking on your website to see what is performing well and what's not when it comes to researching your industry. And so, yeah, it was a lot that she said. And I'm like, oh, we do this?
That's how good your people are. That's how good they are.
And, one thing I love about Megan is when I first brought her onto the team, she had never created a website she created her own website, but she had never created one for a client. I saw her website and I instantly called her and I said, hey, I need you to be our marketing director. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I said, you have what I need. And I know that you have what it takes to get the job done. I love to meet the dream team where their talents are. I am not big on bringing on a random person and trying to teach them all these things. No, I want you to already have skill and talent in what you do. And I want it to be kind of a hobby for you because this is a hobby for me. And that's why I love it. And I'm so passionate about it.
Yeah.
So when it came to Denisha, she only really did her own blog posts. And I could just tell from reading her, she loves doing this and she's great at it. She's great at it. So I reached out to her and I said, I want you on my team. And she's been great ever since. I reached out to Megan and I said, I want you on my team. And she has grown. She has done maybe 3 web revamps to our website, and I am in love with our website. It really shows the professionalism that we have, and it really shows how serious we take our business. And I consider a website the outfit to all businesses. It's like the first appearance.
It is.
And Megan kills it. Our social media, Megan kills it. And she does the same for all of our goal achievers. And I absolutely love it.
Yeah, she did a good job. Yes, I love your website too. It's
Thank
great.
you.
It looks, it's like you're what's something about when you first meet somebody,
Yeah.
I forgot the word is, a good impression. I can't believe I
Yeah.
couldn't even think of that. But that's what it is. Your website, you want to make a good impression because it is the first time some people see your business is the website.
The
And a lot
first
of,
or last time.
yeah. And if your website is pretty shabby, they're not going to go in business with you.
Right.
They be like,
Right.
how can they be my virtual assistant and help me with my business stuff? And their stuff looks like trash. Exactly.
Right. And it helps me show up confident everywhere I go.
Yes, it
Everywhere I
does.
go, because I know that when someone approached me about VGAA, I know they've seen the website, and I know that my website is popping.
It is. It
So
is.
it helps me show up confident in any space, any space.
And that actually leads to my next question because I was going to ask about the web design because y'all specialize in that. And that's exactly what she did. She designed the whole website. Um,
Yes. So
yeah.
we offer web design. We offer so the dream team. A lot of people ask, what is our niche? And I think our niche is just growing small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
People kind of give me crap all the time. You need to niche it down. You need to niche it down and find and stick to that. And my thing with that is the way that the hiring process works. I have an expert in almost every field that you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And so when potential goal achievers call, I match the dream team member with them based on the dream team's experience and that business needs. So if you're needing, someone, if you're not organized, I'm going to make sure whoever on the dream team I put you with is an organized individual.
Mm-hmm.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? If you're needing help with, if you're just not good at creating graphics, I'm going to make sure the person who I match you with on the dream team enjoys, love, and creating graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically during the consultation, I really just get a feel for what are your needs of your business. And that will help me match you with a good VA based on your needs. So we do it all.
Right.
But besides financial stuff, we don't do anything like accounting and bookkeeping and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only because I don't know. I'm not good with numbers, and I like to be able to step in for my VAs and my dream team when they're not available. Say, for instance, somebody gets COVID. I want to be able to step in and still get the job done so that that business owner is not missing a beat.
Yes, exactly. Which I'm thinking like with this type of business you have, a virtual assistant agency, seem like you wouldn't need to niche down because if you're helping businesses, a lot of times, I mean, a graphic is a graphic. If you want, if you if you have a pet
Right.
store, put make a graphic of a pet. If
Right.
if you are a cosmetologist or whatever, a hair graphic of hair. Like you don't have to really niche down. I
Right.
don't
And that's
think.
how I feel.
That's
But
my
a lot of
idea.
other VAs, they kind of have that thing where they're like, oh, we only work with women, or we only work with service type businesses, or we only work with product type businesses, or we only work with um this kind of business.
Hmm.
Um that's not really my thing. I'm more of an inclusive person. I will say that we do I won't say only do VA services, but I do prefer to do VA services for an established business.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Yes.
had a couple of new business owners call, they're early in their business. And I realized that in the first couple of months, you don't even really know what you need a VA for. And I don't want to take your money
Right.
if you don't have a good handle on what you need your VA to do. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that may be just, you're not even using all the hours that you're paying for that month because you just don't know. You have to give yourself time to grow into your business and see what you actually need help with. So we
Yeah.
did have a couple of new business owners at the beginning when we first started, but I didn't like the feeling of them not using their VA to their full potential. So for new business owners right now, we only provide social media management because I do know that
Mm.
every business owner needs social media management to grow.
Yes.
Um, and so while we're doing that for you, eventually you can come back, at your 6 months or 9 month mark and say, okay, and then I have my feet wet. This is what I need help with.
That makes a lot of sense because in your first couple of months, well, this is my opinion, but I'm thinking in your first couple of months, you kind of don't need a VA just yet. because you're still learning and you still
Yeah,
getting your, like you said, you're still getting your feet wet. You're still figuring everything out. So what would you need a VA for? But when you start to grow and you're getting business and you're getting
yes,
clients and it's like, oh, I'm up to, 2 o'clock in the morning doing this and that, then it's like, okay, now you need a VA.
exactly.
That's my opinion
Exactly.
on that. And that's another another question I was leading into was the business management, because you say you do the social media management, which a lot of people need that. That's one
Yes.
thing I think. I, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Is that one thing that a lot of your clients ask for? Is that social media management? People have a lot of problem with that.
Okay, so when it comes to social media management, I realized that a lot of people have a lot of different ideas of what that looks like. So
Hmm.
I do realize that a lot of people need it, but a lot of people have their own opinion, or it's just different with every social media manager. So some people just need graphics and they want to do the posting. Some people send us the graphics to post, they just need captions.
Okay.
Some people want us to engage with their followers, and some people are experts in what they do, and it's kind of like a therapist. We don't really have some of the proper terminology and things like that. So they
Mhm.
want to engage with their own followers, and they just want us to post and schedule and create the graphics for them.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I can't say about social media management. It looks different for every business,
Hmm.
but you're right. Every business needs assistance in some capacity. And it's so funny. We actually assist a marketer with social media management. She manages over 20 social medias. But when it
Oh.
comes to her own, oh my gosh, she's a perfectionist.
That's
She's a
great.
perfectionist.
That is awesome. Because
So we
I've
manage it
realized
for her.
that.
We manage it for her because it just takes her forever to figure out what she wants to post on her own social media.
Oh, wow. Because I've realized that a lot of entrepreneurs I've talked to since I've been doing this podcast, and even just being on, in my business groups and stuff on Facebook and things like that, that's one of the complaints that most people have is their social media. Like they can't seem to post enough. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to make the graphics. And I'm thinking this must be a huge pain point for most people. Is that
I think
social media?
COVID has a lot to do with that.
Mm-hmm. You're
COVID has
right.
a lot to do with that. Everybody's virtual. You can really only communicate via social media. People are really only learning about your business via social media. So I think COVID has a lot to do with that, because some people could avoid social media before COVID, and now it's almost impossible.
You're right. It is impossible. It is because as more people are at home on the internet, so you got to give it. You got
So you
to
ha-
do that.
you gotta give them those Instagram posts. You have to give them those LinkedIn posts. You have to give them those Twitter posts. It
Yeah,
matters. I know for some people it sounds silly, but it really does matter. It really does.
yeah, it definitely. And it looks like y'all do an awesome job with that,
Shout
which
out
is
to Megan.
great. Yes, yes. So when it comes to actually hiring your VAs, what skills and characteristics do you look for when hiring a VA?
um, something that's very consistent throughout, because I like when they come with their own skills, and they're confident in what they do, as far as being an organizer, being a graphic designer, or being someone who enjoys talking to people, so they're okay with making phone calls. I really look for self motivators and
Mm-hmm.
self starters. That is something I'm very passionate about. So just a little bit about the VA onboarding process. The onboarding process looks like you do an application, you do a proofreading test. You pass that, then you can do a 15-minute interview over Zoom. And then if we have good chemistry and good energy, the dream team actually gets to say so and who is next up. So we have monthly meetings every second and fourth Tuesday. And so I'll read them the different, I'll pick a question from the application and read them the response. Say, here's the 3 responses I got. Who do you think will be good for the dream team? And those ladies, they know what I need. They know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for. And so they're like, oh, that person sounds like they're a self-motivator. We need them, because that's what you like. That's what you're looking for. Because I don't consider myself a micromanager.
Right.
I have 4 VAs, and they have multiple clients. So I need the VA to be able to get the job done. And I'm just checking in with them to make sure that they're not needing any help, or I'm just making sure they're meeting all the deadlines, and they are. And
Yeah.
so I'm really just looking for someone who I can, one thing I love about the VA industry is that me working for you means just as much to me as it means to you. Why? Because you didn't just hire an assistant, you hired a business.
Mm-hmm.
I care about my business, and my business is representing your business. So I'm gonna care just as much about your business as you do.
Definitely. Definitely so.
Because this is my bread and butter.
Yes.
So it's not like I can just drop this and go find another job somewhere else. It's like we are dedicated. The dream team is dedicated. They know how passionate I am about customer service and making sure that we're delivering every single time.
Exactly.
Every
I
single
love.
time. Because one,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, because one stereotype I don't like is that Black-owned businesses don't have good customer service.
Ooh, that is a big stereotype.
Yes. And
Yes.
so I'm making sure that every month we are discussing a good customer service strategies, appropriate ways to respond, how to react, when it's correct to get me involved, which is all the time, anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And so even our goal achievers know that I'm always CC'd on every email, only so I'm in the loop and I know what's going on, just in case they say, hey, I didn't get this from the dream team. I can say, oh, they sent it at this day at this time,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Definitely.
So
Well,
yeah.
that's awesome that you're striving for that, and you're, and that darn, like you said, that's one of the stigmas that Black businesses have. I'm so glad that you have thought about that and working toward, diminishing that, because that is, I hate when people say that too. I really
Yes,
do.
yes. And one thing I'm planning for all of our goal achievers, I'm working with another woman who's good at sales and marketing. And so sales and marketing is customer service. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm planning a training that's voluntary if our goal achievers would like to have that training. And so I think you asked about business management. So my role in business management is always looking for those opportunities for the team and for the business owner. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking for ways that my goal achievers can collaborate with each other. I'm always, speaking of them in rooms when they're not even there,
Mm-hmm.
because the more business you make, the longer you're going to have the dream team,
Right, right.
you
And you
know?
would definitely need it. Yes. So, what does a day look like for you as the owner of Virtual Goals Assistant Agency? I know you are busy. What does a day look like for you?
So what does a day look like for me? It looks different every day. It
That's
looks different every
exciting.
day. Um, And so right now where I am in my business, we're 1 year in. We just had a 1 year anniversary. And
Yay.
right now, for me, it's less about my pipeline and more about exposure. So just how I connected with you, I'm constantly looking for ways to give us more exposure,
Mhm.
to help as many people know about VGAA as possible. So that is kind of what my days look like. I'm huge on time blocking and structure. So you will see on my calendar, the dream team can see like, okay, she's meditating for 20 minutes right now. She's
Mhm.
doing yoga for 30 minutes right now. She is strategizing on what the next quarter is looking like right now. So I time block everything that I do. And that every Monday, I time block for the entire week.
Mm.
And I just
That's
stick
good.
to the week that I created for myself to make sure that I'm accomplishing all the goals that we have.
That is awesome. That's a good strategy to time block. Um, like you said, like one day a week to for the whole week, and really that's one of the best strategies that entrepreneurs can have is time blocking, so you can make sure you get everything done. Because like with you, you are so busy all day, so you have to have some kind of structure to get everything done.
Yes. And one thing I will say, being an entrepreneur, I learned is a lot harder than a 9 to 5. At least, at least at a 9 to 5, you have somebody standing over your shoulder telling you what to do and what
Yeah.
needs to be done and what's not working and what is working and what you need to do better. When you are a full-time entrepreneur, you do not have anybody standing over your shoulder. You
Mm-hmm.
literally have to wake up and I grind by the day, and
Yeah.
you have to create whatever it is you think your business is needing.
That's right. That is right. I think that's a huge misconception for some people because they think being an entrepreneur, like you have all day to do what you want. You wake up when you want to, you have your coffee. That whole thing that a lot of people do on social media. They got their laptop and some coffee and take a picture. And this
Mm-hmm.
is where my office is today. Yeah, you make it look real easy because that really is not what it looks like.
And it may look like that for some people, but is that what you want for your business? Is the question. It's the
Yeah.
question. How much do you want to grow your business? Because it's going to take a little bit more work than making it look so easy.
Yeah, because it's not an
It's
easy
hard
thing.
work.
It is. It's not for the easy minded. I am telling you, being an entrepreneur. But I thank you so much for being on the show today. I definitely have to have you back.
Anytime.
So enjoyed it. And how can our listeners connect with you?
Yeah. So on Facebook and Instagram, you can at VGAA LLC. You can visit our website, vgaallc.com. And so those are the different ways that you can contact us and reach out to us. We're on LinkedIn at VGAA LLC and on Twitter, the same tag name. So feel free to reach out. I am a social butterfly. I don't bite. So I love to talk. I love to answer any questions you have. Our discovery calls are free. So even if you just have questions, I don't mind. One thing I will say that a lot of people get some free resources from me during those discovery calls for sure. Because I just have a list of resources and I just love helping people.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that you love to help people. You're reaching out and helping people reach their passions and run their businesses. That is awesome. It really
Thank
is.
you so much.
Well, I thank you so much, and I will see you again. We'll do another show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.